you will get you will see there are batches, right? So you will be put into batches and you will be called in batches. Okay, so once you are called in batches, so you the batches will go up to March. So you have still 2 to 3 weeks of time where you might be put in. So you can still wait. You have chance. So you will definitely get the intern. So you don't have to worry about that. So last batch for interns is on March or can expect you. So it depends. So since we have a lot of interns, so some colleges, one of the guy who commented on the video, like they are the company has hired 1,000 people from their college. So if it is the case, so it might take some time for them to train you guys. So there are limited number of people that they can train at a limited time. So they have limited time and space for you guys. So they have to allocate resources for you. They have to assign trainers and coaches, and they cannot pick everyone and start training everyone. So you have to put your shoes and see what you can do in that meanwhile. So you can explore different things, and if you want to learn more, you can just go to Cognizant, be Cognizant, and you can see what things are there and what people do and what Cognizant do in in a whole. And you can definitely explore a lot of things in that way. So you don't have to waste your time just by saying that I'm not getting my intern. What shall I do? So that will be my advice for you guys. So still not got the offer letter. Other companies have sent me the offer letters, waiting for it. So you can rewind it back and see we have covered everything at the start of this video. We have 4 to 5 cases where you might not why you might be delayed with the offer letters and so on. So we have covered it already. So to be we'll shortly summarize. So we discussed about 4 things that might have stopped you from getting the offers pretty soon. So you might not performed well on your before your internship, that is your debugging and other skills, or you may not from CS and IT background, or you might not be from tier one, or they have a standard, so they have priority list, so you might not be one of that. Or there is some cases that you have some exams, or your college has reported something, and that might get that might be involved with your date of joining. So yeah, that might those are the things that we have covered. So if you want in detail things that you can rewind and see Rudy, so that you will get an idea. So moving on, Manish, bro, my internship started at 11, but work didn't start. Just orientation and completed. Will I get stipend with it? So, this has been a couple of people have asked me as well. So the stipend part. So people have not reported that they have got the stipend for if you join at at a mid stage. So 11 is a mid stage. So people have not got the stipends, but it was not the case last time. So last time we joined on December 7th, so we got the stipend on the end of the month. So but even if you don't have any work or something like that, you're just attended your orientation or other things, if you have not started your training yet, you will definitely get the stipend. So you don't have to worry about that. So you were just learning right there. So you will definitely get your stipends out there. So moving on, I hope that answered your question, Manish. Warriors GB, I got my offer letter today. The next step, it's written that your joining is on 28th Feb. So where you join is your internship start date. So 28th you will have this orientation and other things. So you will get this orientation other things done, and you will start with your training. So within a week or so you might see your assimilation test coming ahead. So if you want to prepare for that, we have couple of videos on that. We no, there are like three videos. So two is for C sharp. So one is for basics of C sharp and how do you get started with C sharp. And the second thing is how do you build a project. So we had built a simple class based project where it's a simple e-commerce project where you can order things and you can just get the entire sum of money what you will be getting at the end. So it's like a small e-commerce command line project, so you can definitely check that out. So that might help you in clearing. And we have the SQL, and the SQL we have covered it I think last week. So if you can check that out, please do check out the channel. So you have couple of three videos. So if you can just watch the three videos and start practicing it on hacker rank. So we have definitely we have spoke about or talked about what hacker rank is and what you have to do in the platform. So you can definitely check that out, and you can definitely start working on that. So Vishal, like it was if our internship start late, then we'll call late for meeting even. So with that, so if you're performing well, right? So let me put it this way. So you have to complete your exams to join Cognizant. Okay, so it is not the case that the first the guys who joined first, you want to have entered first, or they have joined the internship first, will get the first priority. So it is never the case, and it won't be it won't be the case. But the one thing is that we you had like Gen Z next, right? So those are the people who might get in earlier. So I'm not sure on that as well. So since we didn't have any of Gen Z next terms coming in our time. So even if you start late, right, you have to complete your exams to get into Cognizant. So Cognizant expects your whatever you have completed in your college. So they need a consolidated mark sheet and other things to background do a background verification and onboard you. So that might take some time, and you will definitely have 2 to 3 months of space after your exams. So you might be given your course completion certificates and other certificates that has to be issued by your university, that has to be done, and then you will get onboarded. So if you perform well in your intern, right, so you will definitely have a good chance of getting into onboarding earlier. So even if you start late, even if you start on February, the people who has completed the people who might have completed it on April. So there are a lot of chances we did complete it on April. So if you start on March, right? So March, it is pretty late. So it has been 3 to 4 months, and starting of March, and you will have April, May, June. So you will be trained, and you will have your exams, and then you will come back and continue your training, and then you will move to whatever tech stack you belong to, and then you will complete a project at the end, and then you will be deployed. So you have once you complete your final exams, the 8th semester final exams, you will be you will definitely need the certificates and other things to be done to get on board. So even if you get the priority, right, so you will have the same priority if you perform very well. So that is the thing that I can assure you on that. So even I am from Gen Z Next, but my internship is not. So for you guys, I'm not sure they will have since you are already like the priority list. So they might just train you for a month or so on some stick some tech stack. So you might have had Vishal, you might have had your technical interview, right? So second technical interview or like coding interview or something. uh, I'm not sure. So if you can answer that, we can go forward with that. So technical interview. So you are already in like you don't have to be trained with the basics. Okay, so you are already pretty good at the basics and stage one, stage two. So if you're pretty good at that, then they can just put you in training for just a month or so, and then they just start deploying you. So that might be the likely scenario that that might happen for you guys, since these people has to be trained from the scratch, right? So the people who are not Gen Z's, Gen Z next, so they have to be trained from the scratch, and it takes a lot of time for them to train you guys, and it is difficult for even you to if Gen Z next also comes into the same picture, then there is no differentiation that you or Gen Z next and Gen Z. So there is no difference at all. So you might just be trained for a month on some tech stack like React, .NET, Java, or data warehousing or something like that, and then you will be directly deployed. Yes, we passed the coding exam and interview. So how was the coding exam like? They had like an interview, or you have to write it down, or you have to code it out on the laptop or system, or how was that? So with that said, I think we have covered it pretty much. So if you have any questions, no, feel free to leave that in the chat. So first we had four questions of coding. Okay. So since if you can share your experience, right? So it will be helpful for a lot of people. So I have even asked a couple of people who had who have started their internship, and I'm not getting hold of Gen Z next people. So even on LinkedIn, I'm not able to find people. I'm not sure why I'm not able to find. So what no, those people are really or crushing it. So Gen Z next, once you clear that, they think that you can learn tech stack pretty fast. So .NET or any other language that you can grasp it faster, and then you can definitely go ahead. So that is the most likely situation that you will be put in. So after that, we have an interview where they gave 10 to 12 questions to find out output queries and update questions. So that is a typical flow of how they conduct this thing. So you didn't code anything, right? So I hope that was the case. So with that said, I have shared my Instagram link. So if you want to learn more about Cognizant, or if you want to see what is going on with Cognizant, you can definitely ping me up on Instagram or LinkedIn. You will find the links on the description. So